In previous videos, we explored Jinn in detail, like what they are, their nature, powers, types, and more. But today, we're asking a different question. What is the language of Jinn? Before we dive into that mystery, here's a quick recap of what Jinn actually are. Jinn are supernatural creatures in both Arabian ancient lore and Islamic beliefs. They are believed to be an intelligent, distinct creation of God that inhabits their own unique realm, which has its own reality and laws of physics. You can say that Jinn are hidden extra-dimensional beings, something their name suggests, as the word Jinn literally means the hidden ones. Even though Jinn exist in their own reality, they can still interact with ours in various ways, including position and shape-shifting. Another way Jinn can enter our reality is by being summoned by humans through specific magical rituals. And here comes the question: how can a human communicate with Jinn? And what language do they speak? In Arabian magical traditions, Jinn are believed to have their own native language, a language that is ancient and incomprehensible to most humans. Jinn are also believed to have the ability to master any language they hear, or even learn the language of whom they possess by looking into their memories. Not only that, Jinn can understand the language of angels, or lisan al-malaika, a language believed to be spoken in heaven in some Islamic occult traditions. Getting back to the language of Jinn, or lisan al-jinn, it is said that this language is similar to ancient Mesopotamian languages like Sumerian and Akkadian, for example, or it is a distorted blend of Semitic dialects. In other sources, the language of Jinn is not spoken, but rather a thought-based language where Jinn can communicate with each other and share thoughts, emotions, and intentions using telepathy. Now, if we look into Arabian urban legends, there are people who have claimed to hear the Jinn. A story from South Yemen describes a cave where people have heard a chanting wind at night. The locals say it's the Jinn speaking. One man who tried to write down what he heard returned home unable to sleep for days, repeating strange syllables until he lost his mind. Similar stories come from Petra in Jordan, where local legends tell of hidden caves inhabited by Jinn, and where people hear strange voices that sounds like howling winds. Another tale from Morocco speaks of an old woman who claimed to understand Jinn language. She said it was not spoken, it was felt, like a thought that is not yours being placed in your mind. In Middle Eastern magical traditions, there are ways that allow humans to communicate with Jinn using various methods that involve specific complicated rituals. Now, we're not going into detail about these rituals as some are disturbing, like really disturbing, and we're just going to look into three well-known rituals. The first one is the Night of Silence, a ritual in which a person remains alone in a dark room or deserted place for 3 nights, fasting and invoking the Jinn, with talisman and repeating specific words. On the 3rd night, a voice might answer. The second one is the ink ritual, a ritual that is done by writing a question to the Jinn using saffron ink on a paper, then burn it while chanting a Jinn king's name. Answers may come in dreams or through shadows. And the third one is the mirror ritual, where some legends say that Jinn can communicate through mirrors. Magical symbols are drawn on a mirror, and the Jinn is believed to respond by leaving symbols or appearing in dreams.